Hey guys, if you can hear me, yes. And I have so many messages coming in. Yes, Larry Millete arrested at home. We're going to find out what's going on here. I was harvesting chestnuts with Jimmy, and I was just in the middle, and I heard what was going on, but I couldn't get to it faster than this. So I'm just going to put this on our Facebook group. And right there. Okay. Now, Maya's sister did not even know this was going to happen, so she's on her way and to talk to police. The FBI is at the house as well. There's another search warrant in progress. Larry's been arrested. We don't know, the charges yet or anything, and we're waiting to find out. I'm going to patch in with the news in here in just a second. Okay, just wanted to post that so people know. Let me go get the news feed.
Legal expert and attorney to give us some context here and some insights about the legal process. David, can you hear me?
I can. Good afternoon.
Hello there. So obviously not a ton of information coming out just yet, but depending on what the charges may be, Larry Millete being arrested, and you see there's an awful lot of law enforcement activity outside the house. What are some of the different avenues that this case could take from this point?
Well, I mean, it's pretty early in the process, but I think the presence of agencies like the FBI and some of the federal agencies that your agency is reporting are on site right now, lead us to believe it's something big. Technically speaking, this could be an arrest for a violation of a gun violence restraining order.
Could be.
It could be a misdemeanor arrest, or it could be all the way to murder. We don't know. We're going to know a lot more later today when Mr. Millete is booked into jail. And we'll know a lot more later in the week when he'll have his first court appearance, assuming he does not make bail. If there is bail to be made, he'll have his court appearance in all likelihood by Thursday, the latest of this week.
David, would you expect a response this big if it were something like a gun violence restraining order violation?
I certainly would not. Anything's obviously possible. It could be a wide range of things, but like I said, dealing with federal agencies this big of a response, it's probably something what a lot of people are expecting, what a lot of people have been waiting for quite some time.
Yeah, definitely. I want to ask you too, in terms
They're going to, I think, have a press conference in front of the police station. They're blocking off a lot of areas.
A lot of law enforcement now coordinating here, including the FBI as well as local police. The SWAT.
Let's go over here to the end here. Okay, so we've got to follow hold on, I have to follow this. Let me see what's going on. I'll try to get this over to you guys to show you something about this, all right? Let me see here. This is 1 hour ago that this started, but I'll show you the scene here. If I can just pull this up. Cancel that. Okay, let me pull this over. I just want to shut down all messaging. Close all chats. Okay. All right, I'll pull that over. And I'll put that, and we'll just run through this real fast.
Get out of that house. I think it would be interesting to find out what something like border protection and
This is Larry's house and Maya's house. For those of you that didn't follow, Maya's been missing since January. We've even heard what sounds like gunshots going off. Been waiting a long time for an arrest. There's been search warrants served back in June again on the house. Larry's had an issue with firearms being taken, and so we don't know exactly what's going on. Let me see if they've had the press conference here or something. What's going on here? See what the latest is. Again, I was doing chestnuts, so I was... And again, Mary Chris did not even know this was going to happen. She's on her way down. The police would like to speak with her. FBI is there, which I hear has never happened before with this. They are serving search warrants, so Chula Vista Police Department, neighbors around. People, let me go to the chat here. See what you guys. You lived in Chula Vista when you were a kid? It's in Davita's neighborhood. You should go on location, Davita. Hiya, Sparks. I am so curious about that freezer and something with that freezer. Larry is the husband. Larry Millete is the contact with Mary Chris. But Mary Chris didn't even know this was happening and is on her way there. So I'm going to send her a message just to say I'm thinking of her. But yeah, it's oh, I can't write my messages now anyway. I'm just gonna close my messages here as well. Uh-oh, don't tell me that. Oh, that's okay. I just want to close my messages. Hold on, I'm going to go just pop in here to see what else is going on here. So let me shut this for a second. Okay. Chula Vista Police, Larry Millete arrested for the murder of his missing wife, it says. So did they have their press conference? If so, that's good. Okay. Again, I was harvesting chestnuts. Larry Millete, the husband of missing Chula Vista mother of three, Maya Millete, was arrested for the murder of his wife. Yes. In a news release, the Chula Vista Police Department said Larry Millete was arrested on Tuesday and charged with the murder of his wife. Yay. A joint press conference was scheduled for 3:30 p.m. at police headquarters to discuss the arrest further. 3:30 p.m. Is that, I'm trying to see if they don't put what time zone that is. I'm thinking they're talking about Pacific, and that would be 6:30 for us. Sources tipped off ABC 10 News to the arrest at about noon, but no details were initially given. The FBI was among the agencies that joined the Chula Vista Police Department at Millete's home. Okay, so let's see here. Maya was last seen in the South Bay on January 7th, according to the Chula Vista Police. Over the course of their investigation, Chula Vista Police have said that they have interviewed 87 people regarding Maya's case. They've written 66 search warrants and reviewed more than 128 tips about Maya's possible location or reason for the disappearance. Chula Vista Police Department named Larry Millete a person of interest on July 22nd. However, since that point, they haven't released any more information other than that Chula Vista Police Department investigators continue to consider Larry Millete a person of interest in the investigation. So this is a very big thing. Now, January 7th is the last day that Maya was seen or heard from by family members. Then on January 10th, Maya was reported missing from her home on Paseo Los Gatos in East Chula Vista's San Miguel Ranch area. On January 11th, did I say July? We're talking about January. It's January 7th, she was last heard from. January 10th, she was reported missing. This is 2021. January 11th, 2021, Chula Vista conducted a second search at Maya's home and of the vehicles. January 12th, Maya's husband, Larry, said he feared for his wife's safety. On January 21st, Maya's family hired a private investigator. Remember that guy? We watched him, and he's the one that talked about the freezer and all the other stuff, and then the weird text from Larry. Remember that in the altar? July 23rd, the Chula Vista police served a search warrant at the Millete home. On February 3rd, police claimed that Larry retained a lawyer and was no longer cooperating, and Larry told ABC 10 News that he was grateful for search efforts. On February 12, 2021, volunteers searched Glamis, California, a place where the family would often go for Maya, but found nothing. On February 21st, volunteers searched an area near Spring Valley Swamp Meet, but found nothing. On February 28th, 2021, volunteers with the search group called Amadeus assist in searches along the county, but did not find anything. April 1st, 2021, the Chula Vista police served search warrants at the home in connection with Maya's case. On April 5th, the Chula Vista put out new calls for tips and leads, saying the case hinges on even the smallest piece of information. On May 1st, friends and family celebrate Maya's birthday. Days before the, hold on, I have to move this forward, hang on. Days before the 4-month mark of her disappearance. Then on May 4th, there was a rally outside of Chula Vista Police Station and City Hall, calls for more transparency in the investigation. On May 5th, 2021, a gun violence restraining order was issued for Larry Millete. On May 7th, 2021, the Chula Vista police served a search warrant at the Millete's home. And that's when we thought something was going to happen. We're like, oh, yes, another search warrant. There's going to be an arrest. No. Family court petitioned Chula Vista court as Maya's parents seek visitation rights with her grandchildren on May 27th. On June 16th, court documents reveal that Larry Millete claims he was detained illegally by police during the second search of his home. On June 22nd, gun violence restraining order for Larry Millete was delayed 3 more months. On July 1st, the Chula Vista police served a search warrant at Larry Millete's home for additional evidence, and we're all like, oh, yeah, but nothing happened. July 22nd, the Chula Vista police confirmed that Larry Millete is listed as a person of interest in his wife's disappearance. And now, October 19th, the Chula Vista police announced the arrest of Larry Millete on the charge of murder of his wife, Maya. Oh, so this is what we've been waiting for, justice for Maya here. And my mouse, hold on, my mouse has just decided not to cooperate anymore or work anymore, so hang on. Okay, so let me go back. And we're going to see what's going on here now. Come on, come on. Sorry, everything is being really, really slow right now. I just have too much stuff open. There we go. Come on. Okay, so let's see what, oops. Come on. I'm going to try to get some pictures up here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so here's some other pictures of the scene. We've got the SWAT at the house. This is the Millete home. Here's a picture of Larry and Maya in different times. See if we can get I'm just trying to see if we can see the yeah, the press conference. Let me see or something. That's going to be later on.
Correctly, that Mobile Command Center, Chula Vista Police, leading this investigation that has also brought in other law enforcement. So we're trying to get some more word on exactly what happened, that the circumstances of Larry Millete's arrest. Was he notified? Did they just go to the house and knock on the door and arrest him? And again, it's not clear on exactly what the charge.
We know now the charge has been announced that it is for the murder of Maya Millete.
Into the missing Maya Millete since January. She had.
Where are they? And so we know that Mary Chris, the sister, is on her way down from Moreno Valley. They live in Riverside County, and they have been coming down every single weekend to look for their sister. And so now we know that she's heading here. We know that she is emotional, understandably, in tears, heading to the police department, where we assume that Chula Vista will give us more information. So again, this neighborhood here, there are a number of news crews. I arrived here shortly after a neighbor let us know, hey, there's something going on at the Millete household. That was about an hour ago, and within that last hour, the news crews have doubled. The amount of neighbors standing around trying to see any glimpse of anything has grown, and also the law enforcement presence has increased as well. And actually, Virginia, I'm taking a look at some neighbors that are across the street. You see them in those green t-shirts. Those are the weekend warriors, the ones that search for Maya. every single weekend, and some of them are complete strangers. They don't know Maya at all. They, for some reason, wanted to find out what happened to this mother of three, and a moment ago I saw two of them high-fiving, and they have this Facebook group where they try to find out, any information, or say, we should search here, or we know that she used to frequent there. And that is where they base their search locations on. And at times, Mary Chris would express to us, her sister, that it was very frustrating. They always wanted the Chula Vista Police Department to go out and search with them. Chula Vista Police would tell us, we don't have an area to search. We are investigating. We cannot provide any more information. And so now you see, like I said earlier, this is the result of a months-long investigation and ultimately the arrest for the murder of Maya Millete, her husband, now under arrest for her murder.
Laura, this is heartbreaking news. I mean, there must be a flood of mixed emotions. People have been searching for her, and when you love someone, you hold out hope that somehow they're still alive, somehow you're going to find them. And on the other hand, you're looking for some sort of resolution. And if there were any fears or suspicions about what may have happened to her, to have it come to this and have the police confirming by this arrest, saying that, charging him with the murder of his wife, saying that she is dead, that has to be absolutely gut-wrenching. And I can't even imagine. You spoke to her sister, you spoke to the family. Is this something that they really talked about, even entertained the idea, I mean, really accepting the idea that she might actually be dead?
So Virginia, I will tell you, Mimi Alcala, my colleague who has worked tirelessly on this with me, was the one that made the phone call to Mary Chris and Richard Droulet a few moments ago. We know that she is in tears, but through our conversations with her, we have spent entire days with this family. And what Mary Chris used to tell us is that she always held out hope that Larry Millete, the father of her nieces and nephews, had nothing to do with it. She was always so hopeful and praying, really. They pray every Thursday that he had nothing to do with it, that something else had happened. There were times where you would feel her emotion and her wanting a sense of closure. And sometimes you would ask her, what do you think happened? And sometimes she would just say, I just want closure. I just want to know what happened to my sister. And then at other times, you would hear her say, well, I hold out hope that she's alive and that we'll find her and that she will come back to her children. So it's this back and forth of emotions, understandably, of not knowing where your loved one is, and also that desire to, well, if something did happen, I want to know. I know the stress on this family. As I mentioned, they live in Moreno Valley and they drive down every weekend, or they drive to the search locations. We know that Mary Chris actually left her job as a nurse at the beginning of this search because she wanted to focus all of her efforts on finding her sister. So that is the level of dedication from this family, understandably, of wanting to know what happened to her. So really, we will speak to Mary Chris this afternoon. We know she is heading to the police department, but what
You're
my
welcome,
colleague Mimi
Kara,
told me
California
is she's
Thunder.
in tears, understandably, whether those tears are obviously hurt and the frustration of learning that her brother-in-law is under arrest for the murder of her sister, and also possibly for having that closure that she has desired.
Hopefully,
since this all started. She
he'll
has
tell
told me
them
they
where
are
her body is.
exhausted for searching
You can
for
only
her.
hope that
So, understandably,
he'll do
I
that,
think
but
it's a mix of
I'm not,
emotions, Virginia, of getting those answers, but
holding
also
out a lot of
the
hope
fact
because I
that
don't think he's going to
police are
say
telling us
anything at
it's
all.
for the
He's
murder
already
of
lawyered up
Maya,
and,
so having to come to terms
right
that
after
her sister,
she went
unfortunately,
missing.
is not going to come home.
It really, really is heartbreaking. We only have about a minute or so here. Laura, one more time, your observations.
Okay.
We know that Chula Vista Police has been leading this, and we're seeing a lot of FBI activity. Or is it mostly FBI going in and out of the house now?
Well, Virginia, there's a mix. I think they're working very much in teamwork, but as you can see in the driveway, the FBI is the car that is in the driveway. So, does that mean they are taking the lead on this? Chula Vista is the lead agency in this and has been since Maya went missing. And so You have to wonder what it is that they're doing inside of the home. So we are still waiting for more information. We see some agents out here.
So there's going to be a press conference
More
at
so from my
6:30.
observation at the moment guarding.
I will, of course, come back for the press conference, but that's the big news. And thank you for everyone that was alerting me. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get back to you guys. I was in the middle of pulling those chestnuts apart, and I had to finish that. And I saw it, and I said, well, I'll get to it as soon as I can. But the press conference will be at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I will be back for that so we can listen to it together. Let me see if what you guys are saying. Nope, he won't say anything. Yeah, I agree with you. Lisa asked, I agree with you that he won't say anything. It's his last control. I totally agree. A lot of you are asking, you hope they find Maya so they can lay her to rest and find out the truth. The whole family is in such pain, so very sad. Yes, Mary Chris is a very beautiful person. I've been in contact with her. She's given me things about the search and stuff that I've shared. So I've been in contact with her through texts and things. And, of course, we're going to give her our condolences and prayers as she goes through this. She's very emotional, as you heard. And you can only imagine the whole family. So it's just, oh boy, it's crazy. The children will go back to Maya's family. But yeah, Robin, you've got to imagine what he's been filling their head with. And, how upsetting and how traumatizing this is. And the youngest one just turned 5 years old this past weekend. And if you remember when Maya went missing, it was around a birthday party too. Remember they were all supposed to go, was it Big Bear? So it's, it's upsetting. It's more birthdays that their mother hasn't been there for, and now this big thing happening. And no matter what, he's their father, and you've got to understand these kids are young, and just how traumatizing all of this is. Losing their mother, not being able to see their mother's family. Imagine what he's been filling their heads with, and then their father is taken away. So essentially losing both of their parents. No, they didn't find her body that we're aware of, Ted Robinson. There's going to be a press conference in about an hour, which we'll be back for. But it's just very, very upsetting for the kids. Traumatizing. Yeah, for the daughter's birthday, right? So we'll see what happens at their press conference. But we do know the arrest is for the murder of Maya Millete. So they either have something that's strongly suggesting, kind of like Kelsey Barrett, that, it's not sustainable with life, and it doesn't have to mean they have a body. She's been missing. Yeah, we just went over the timeline. Yeah, January 7th, and she was reported missing on January 10th. If you remember when we first started covering this, and we talked about how he kept saying she was in the bedroom, remember? And then finally, I believe it was Mary Chris, or the father, that came over and said, oh, I'm going to go up there. And that's when they found out she wasn't in there, and the family hired their own investigator. And we have all of that in the other videos, but today is your birthday. Happy birthday, Tony Monty. Happy birthday. Yeah, I hope so, S. Sparks. Yeah, that would be even more traumatizing, not to go into the family. So again, Mary Chris didn't even know that this was happening. She was not told ahead of time, and she is on her way down there, and I imagine she will be at the press conference. Even in the background, I don't know that she'll speak, but I would imagine she will be there. I will set up a live when I get off of this so that it'll be ready to go around 15 minutes before, so say around 6:15 to do the press conference. Yeah, Terry, great news, right? It is about time. We were just mentioning this the other day as we talked about cases that had to wrap up in relation to Brian Laundrie and the time frame of things. And yes, this is one that we said, what's going on here? Why, let's get moving with this. And now there it is. Press conference, Lily, is at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. So we'll be back here at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will be back here at about 6:15 Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. And Chad Daybell audio tape at the funeral home. Yes, that was the tape has been released? Huh, okay. You didn't get a notification, Christy Jane? I don't know. YouTube is just crazy. Hello, Miss Ladybug. Yeah, this is a long time coming. It's very slow. Kind of like, Morphew, he was a year, right? Just about a year. And Larry's sooner than that. But because it's, what is it, October 19th? Yeah. Nine months. Oh, Fred, I would not say, no, I don't think they'll, I don't know. Let's hope not. Hi, Muppets and Manilow. Hi, Kristen. So let me just see before we go if there's any other thing, but I'll be back. Mark it down because you probably won't get a notification to check in around 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll go over the press conference and any other updates and justice for Maya and prayers for her family. Let's put up Maya's picture as we go out. And let's do another one. Justice for Maya. So let me just see if anything is up. Yeah. All right, so we'll see you for the press conference, and let me get back to you guys. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Everybody have a good one, and you'll be here if your head doesn't explode. You don't feel good? I'm sorry you don't feel good. I hope you feel better. You are welcome, Terry. You guys are all welcome. Yeah, it's justice for Maya. It's about Maya. Justice for Maya. All right. See you in a little bit. I'll put it up there so you can hit the reminder. I'm going to set it up. All right. See you soon. Bye, guys. Love ya. God bless. Prayers for Maya and her family.